Dear friend, we've known each other for about 10 years now. I still remember when I'd see you cycling to the temple in your kurta and shorts from my bus stop. We didn't know about the other person, but merely of their existence. Then you joined my school and my bus. People in there were a crazy bunch. Every single morning in the assembly, our principal would scream, "Bus number 5!" From having food fights in it to spraying it all over with snow spray. I think we've done it all. But I hated your guts and you hated my lack of them. I teased you with Alan, calling you both the cutest gay couple I'd ever seen. I also called you a lanky, skinny, brainless idiot. You always teased me for just being the younger sister of some popular chick, thinking of me as a loyal puppy following her around. To you, I was just the irritating eyes and ears of someone else. When my sister, your brother, and Alan left school, we were left with just each other in the bus. For the same reason, we ended up sitting next to each other. Oh, and mostly because there wasn't any other space in the cramped up bus. But slowly, we opened up to each other. You realized how wrong you were about me, and I realized how right I was about you. You didn't really have a brain per se, but had a big heart, ready to protect all the people you loved and cherished. But I think one thing we knew we had in common was that we had nothing in common. You were in love with traveling bikes and cars. And how much did it irritate me when you called out the names of all the cars we saw when we were going home. I, on the other hand, never left my house, was scared to sit on a bike, and had motion sickness. I love reading, you hate books. I want to become a teacher, you think it's the stupidest job. I'm a romance and fiction person, you're an action person. I talk too much, you talk too little, but you know it all. Somehow, though, seeing each other first thing in the morning, while coming back home, complaining about everything under the sun, for me, you became a friend. It wasn't always sunflowers and daisies, though. Sometimes I felt like stabbing you. I mean, there was a time when you sat next to me for days and didn't utter a word. It had always been the same rhythm with our fights, though. I get mad at you, so you get mad at me. We don't talk for a while. I scream at you for not talking for a while, and then we'd go back to normal. I don't even remember why we fought so much. Maybe if I rattle my brain a bit. It could have been because you forgot to tell me that you had a girlfriend for a month. Or maybe it was because you called me a guy and made fun of my style in front of my crush. Maybe it was because you gave my father cake, who you know is diabetic. But our friendship always fell back into its rhythm. Teasing, doing the stupidest shit, and laughing our asses off. I remember when I challenged you to flirt with a girl and you ended up going to her house to eat ice cream because of me. Also when you came along for a picnic with my 300-member family and managed to impress everyone that you met. My brothers till this day take your side against me. Don't worry though, your brothers also tell me a lot of your embarrassing childhood stories. I mean, your sister is the reason why I went out to the club for the first time. Through that, for each other, we became an irreplaceable part of each other's lives. I honestly didn't think our friendship would change when you went to college, because you were still in the same city, we could meet all the time, it would be fine. I told myself. But it did. Change, that is. You had a new set of friends. I was constantly sick and depressed. Took 22 medicines a day, slept for 18 hours and cried myself to sleep every single night. With my sister gone from home and you gone from school, I fell apart. As if that was all I was made of. I felt spineless, pitiful and pathetic. Every time we decided to meet, something would come up for you. And I felt like we couldn't be friends anymore. No, I felt like we shouldn't be friends anymore because anything I touch would become rotten, that my thoughts would crumple any sort of foundation that I'd built out of existence. I felt despicable and there was nothing you could do. Our friendship fell under the weight I'd put on it, and you didn't do anything to lift it either. It frustrated me how much I missed you and how much you didn't. I wanted to talk to you about that uncle who lived in my building, and he told me that I was one of the most beautiful minds he had encountered. I wanted to tell you that I'd finally learned how to sleep with the lights off. I also wanted to tell you that I'd finally moved on from that crush who rejected me 2 years ago. Most importantly, I wanted to tell you that for me, you'd become the one I'd fallen in love with. But I couldn't. It would destroy what was left of us. The small moments we'd share would get sucked out of our friendship. You'd stop teasing me, calling me a guy, because that would hurt my feelings. I'd stop snuggling in the swing with you, because that would be too much for me to bear. We'd stop sitting on the terrace, because that might seem leading. I wouldn't discuss my future plans with you, because it might make you uncomfortable. You might even stop talking about your havas. Our friendship would tread a very thin, delicate line of my heart because I'd made the mistake to let myself fall in love with you. I tried suppressing it, believe me, I did. Every time we fought, it was because I expected too much and you'd give too little. And I understand why that's unfair to you, yet I am who I am and I feel how I do. These years have felt like the longest game of I love him not, and I'm done. I know that for you, I'll always be your bro. Your typical girl best friend. I don't have a problem with it. Because I hope you remember the time I told you that I never wanted to be in a relationship. I wasn't lying. My sister told me that if I don't give them a chance, I'll never know what it feels like to be loved. But honestly, that's a load of bullcrap. In a relationship, you open yourself up to the other person, let them see your scars, your demons, everything, and expect them to stay. When they don't, what do you do then? So I don't expect it from you or anything when I tell you this. I love you because I know you inside and out, and I know that for you, I'm just a friend.